I got 99 problems, but detention ain't one. Because I graduated high school like 10 years ago. How's it going, guys? My name is Eric from Wilderman, and welcome back to Detention. In the last episode, we used that radio to travel through time. We were going back through time frames to learn more about Ray's life. And we learned that she had a relationship with that counselor dude who was talking to the teacher at the beginning, who actually the counselor dude had that list who was outside the door, and that list is the reason why so many people died, and they died because of Ray, and I imagine this is her guilt. I think that kind of sums it up. It sounded right in my head. I might not have done the best job explaining it though, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. So I think we're gonna go to a new Oh. Okay. That's us in the past, probably. Maybe this is when we made a big decision or something. That's just us. ... Is there anything else we can, look at? No. Let's just keep on going then. Let's go to the window. There's nothing here for us. Oh, maybe we should give her this. Yeah, we gotta give you that. Okay. This doesn't... Oh, shit, give her the pendant. It doesn't do anything. Or the paper airplane, you can escape. A glass cup of nauseating color, overflowing with the stench of human corruption. Plates and cups clash against the walls as Father's voice roared through the halls. After a series of curses seething, all that's left is Mother's weeping. Our family was once sweet together, healthy and caring when we gathered. And now every night a restless sleep, every morning hard to wake. So it goes on day by day, the anguish digs ever deep. Now remember, the father also got sent away for 10 years. To jail, right? And the wife was really happy. I was shattered into countless pieces, mirroring the crumbling of a familiar world, in a state of ceaseless decay, plunging into a river of despair, floating in limbo for the rest of our days. So that's how you got to be the way you were, very apathetic and not caring. So much stuff happened to you. Or maybe that's how you got so interested in the special reading material, right? It could be it. Oh, do we have to give something else? Maybe the pendant this time. Anticipating when we meet, footsteps ever quick and slight, roaming through a neon forest, strolling past the dazzling lights. I become a little lark, brushing past the pretty flowers, chasing all the playful butterflies. I glide merrily by your side. I've been an actor in our play, long before the curtain's risen. Being held is ever comforting, longing for your love embracing, listening to your many whispers, feeling each other's tranquil breathing. The white deer walked into my grasp. What a pleasant surprise, what a turn of fate, I want to keep this moment in my palms for eternity. So I wonder what she was talking about there. Something good happened. Was that the incident that happened with that counselor that she was kind of seeing and had a relationship with? I don't know. Maybe. All of a sudden, we stopped meeting. You became distant bitterly, colder than the sun could melt. Yes, this is definitely it. And then the counselor, remember, snuffed her and said, okay, I think your counseling's done, right? And he tried to, like, brush her under the rug like nothing had happened. Colder than the sun could melt. Air around you freezing instantly, and my frozen body's beating heart, with each pulse tearing itself apart. Again, I'm left in abject solitude, in a house that I call home, in a space that I call school, a walking corpse whose mind's without a sense of loss that's drowned with doubt. Okay, so this leads up to what happened, probably the incident, unless the incident already happened, where she got people killed. Chang Ming-hui! We need to talk about this! Miss Yin, it's not necessary to raise your voice like that. Why can't I? What were you thinking going after a child like that? Oh, now they're discussing the relationship. Child? I was already studying abroad at her age. She's old enough to know what she wants. So what now? Will you lead her down this forbidden path? She only needs a push in the right direction, not for you to wrap your arms around her. This is our private matter. It's none of your business. How is it not? You're stuck in your little romance. Did you forget about us? We were already in the same boat, don't you forget? Okay, so the counselor had a relationship with Miss Yin, too. The plot thickens. Anything we can do here? So I imagine Ray's listening in on this, isn't she? She found out. Or that's probably what caused the counselor to stop. Oh god. Maybe he got a scolding from Missian. That's the students that got taken because of the list, right? Yeah, the blood is on your hands. There's the counselor. And he's got a bag over his head too. A burlap sack. I had a brain fart last time. I couldn't think of burlap. A painful recollection. My soul is shattered into pieces. When I cannot put myself back together and forget everything, I open my eyes and welcome a barren world. Okay. Okay then. So we're back in the gym, I imagine. There's a lot of graffiti here. What's going on? Who's that, though? I mean, it didn't look like this before, right? Looks like this school's been abandoned for a long time with all the graffiti. That's weird. Maybe we're actually older and we were just recollecting our memories. And, no, that's not it. I was thinking that could be the case, right? If we're older now and we're just thinking back about the past, still feeling guilty. Oh god, it's Shadow Us. Hello, Shadow Us. Our life would vanish, but not our guilt. I am you. Yet you are not me. It's the sin that makes you linger in this realm. Memories like mirrors reflecting the true likeness of your soul. In a world full of pain and suffering, Fang Rei Shin, what do you fear the most? Losing my life. Losing myself. Yes, of course. Myself comes first. Believe that we are all born free, eager to walk on your own path. And afraid of losing yourself. You are me. Okay. What just happened? So we swapped. Do we have multiple personalities or something? Oh god. Well, that's crazy. We can swap. I kind of want to. I want to save my game though. I really want to save my game. Yes. I feel blessed. Great. Okay. Let's see what happens when we swap, though. It's like we go back to the past when we swap into the shadow form. Huh. Well, let's just keep on exploring this, then. In the past, maybe? I don't know. Too trippy for me, but very cool. Door is locked by an unknown force. How about here? Nothing. Nothing. Nada. Okay, maybe through here. I don't know where we're supposed to be going. We don't really have an objective, right? Oh, hey! The bonfire of hope is almost depleted, diminishing in the wind. The bonfire of hope. Okay, oh, this is the book club. Okay. These are the people reading the forbidden readings, right? I imagine. Some of the book contents might conflict with your everyday thoughts. But this material will help you engage in reflective and independent thinking. So that's the principal's daughter, right? Well, let's call it a day. The one that died because of us. I do want to remind you all again, the one that we shot, but we didn't really shoot. It was just a metaphor for her dying. For us getting her killed. To never mention the book club to anyone else. For that might put yourself and others in great danger. And Wei, I'd like to ask you a favor. Yes, Miss Yen. Is it about the new books? I've already given the list to Mr. Chang. The list! Oh, the list of the new books! That's what got everyone killed. It was the list! He said the shipping company won't help us anymore, but he'll figure something out. The government is enforcing restrictions on all imports. Soon the book club might come to an end. Ms. Yin, why are things like this? I'm sorry, Wei, there's nothing I can do either. Or Miss Yin, sorry, I'm getting stuff confused, aren't I? Names confused. Oh, just one more thing before you go. Mr. Chang never brought us any of these books in the first place, right? Ha! I know I can always count on you. Okay. So that was a very important memory. Blacklisted to return home for burial. Half a century in exile, blacklisted to return home for burial. During the period of martial law, Yin Sui Han was a wanted political fugitive. She was lucky to evade arrest and left the country only to be blacklisted. She traveled the world fighting for human rights and freedom of expression, but unfortunately died of lung cancer at the age of 50. Her last wish was to be able to return to her hometown. Now this wish can be achieved with the lifting of martial law. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm wondering, that happened a long time ago, so I think my theory is correct where it's now, like, not in present day, but it's some time later, and, Rei is remembering her guilt, right? Maybe she can't escape it? I don't know, it would make sense with that graffiti gym, right? But I guess we'll just have to keep on playing. I mean, we are getting a lot of information now, which is great. As much as I suck with names. Miss Yin. But Miss Yin she was... Now I'm trying to remember from the first episode. Was she the principal's daughter, or was she the teacher, right? For some reason I can't forget. I think she was probably the teacher. Like a young teacher. That might have been the principal's daughter. I don't know. Okay, and then we can swap, right? The way forward is the path to your past. However, the road ahead has crumbled. Lead me anywhere, and I will follow you like a shadow. Now we're in present day, right? Yep. This is what the present day school actually looks like, doesn't it? Door handle's broken, I can't get in. I wonder if there's been some other branching paths. I feel like I've missed stuff, you know? Along the way. I sure hope I haven't. I sure don't want to have missed stuff, but maybe the paths would have been blocked off. I mean, I could go back and check, but... Okay, I wonder if I'm supposed to get the shadow to do something then. Hey, open the door for me. Shadow. Oh, I know what we're supposed to do. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we gotta get the shadow to go over there, and then we gotta walk all the way around the building and go up the other way, because then the shadow's across the gap, the other version of us, the past us, and then we can continue the story. I think. That took me a lot longer than it should have to figure out. Oh, man. I was wondering, I was like, why is this a big loop? There's nothing here. Now I know. I sure hope this works. Yeah, my shadow's gone there. That's good news. Now don't appear beside me. Yes! Oh my god! Yeah, I feel smart but stupid at the same time. A little bit. Remember when you enrolled, so full of passion. Participating in every school activity, showing off your academic abilities. Grabbing the attention of your peers and teachers. Then things took a turn for the worse at home. All the attention quickly turned into unwanted scrutiny. So you chose to escape, to turn a blind eye. Grim acceptance. What did I choose? I'm assuming these are this is gonna be important. Let's say... to turn a blind eye. I'm gonna say grim acceptance. We just choose to accept what was going on. That sounds positive, right? Well, it's grim acceptance, though. Grim isn't very positive. You decided to escape. I imagine what you did was to escape, though. But let's say... grim acceptance. That's what I was leaning towards. ... Oh, maybe that wasn't right. I feel like these are gonna have an effect on something coming up soon. This place is completely lifeless. Even ideas are buried here. Oh, this is them burning the books. Burning the evidence, for sure. Remember to thoroughly destroy each book, and add the spirit money to throw them off. There can't be any intact book pages or else this would be for naught. Hey, Wei. You're closer with Miss Yin. I heard that she had to flee the country overnight, is that true? I'm not sure. She never said anything about leaving. Unlike Miss Yin, we don't have the connections to guide us to safety. Aren't you afraid? Well, actually, what bothers me the most is... Do you know how the reading list got leaked out? It's because of Ray! Stop asking questions. I am as clueless as you. Let's just hurry up and finish this. We don't want to get caught. Okay, well, hopefully they got away. That would be nice if they got away. I don't want Wei to die. Wei seemed really nice at the beginning, as we were remembering him, right? A written verdict from court, a torn piece of the verdict. Chang Minghui, district-level educator, is found guilty with students Wei— oh god, no, they found him. Guilty with students Wei and others of collusion with communist forces. Chang Minghui is to be put to death after the court's ruling. Wei Chongting pleads guilty to affiliation with communist forces. Reading a prohibited text with rebellious and corrupt thoughts. Will be sentenced to 15 years jail time. Wow, 15 years for reading a book, huh? Can you even imagine? The choice of literature you read is just... oh, that's gross. Times were different back then. I wonder if that's Wei in the future. I wonder. Are we supposed to be catching up to him? I wonder if I should have gone in that door. No, we should be catching up to him, yes. Who locked himself in there? Or did someone lock us in there? The door is barred by a broom. There's a note on top of it. Snitcher! Okay, that's probably Ray locked in the bathroom. Other people knew that it was Ray that ratted everyone out. Remove the broom? Yes. And then it swaps, right? Of course. Oh, that's the piano song. Yeah, the one that we played. I wonder if that's Old Wei and we're gonna talk to him. Okay. He's come back here for a little visit too. I bet it's gonna end up we're gonna meet him in present day, because we'll have come back here to reminisce as well. Excerpt. That time in fear forcing herself to breed hatred, who knew that she would take that leap and leave this world behind? Nary a last word because of fear? Remorse? The reason remains undecided. I was left with a blur of confused thoughts spiraling through my mind. When I saw the sunlight again, things had changed drastically. My loved ones and teacher went to a higher place. She was buried in an unmarked grave, leaving me a decrepit man. Okay. My loved ones and teacher went to a higher place. She was buried in an unmarked grave. Huh. So I'm assuming Wei wrote that? I imagine Wei wrote this after he got out of jail, and he's talking about Ray who commits suicide. But then, what's going on? Is this purgatory before we go on to the afterlife? We have to face our own personal guilt? I always say that when I'm playing horror games. I'm like, we're in purgatory, but I'm tired of saying it. I'm just tired of saying it, you know? I hope that's not the case. I hope it isn't. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I just feel like that's done a lot, you know? Oh, okay. A save point. Altar for praying. I feel blessed. Okay, it's just a save point. And, wow, we're somewhere new, though. We're outside. It's really trippy. Everything's changing on us. Hey, there's a note on the cart. Yeah, which cart? The one coming up soon? Is there gonna be a cart here? Oh, the shadow's working with us. There's probably gonna be a puzzle. Okay, so the shadow can't move through the light. Dang. Do we have to get the shadow through the light, though? Is that part of it? In this world, can I turn the light switch off? I can turn that light switch on. Let's get the shadow through here. We shouldn't have turned that on, should we? Okay, you need to get through here. And is this light... Yeah, this light is on now. Let's change, though. Acting immediately on one's determination, this is the philosophy he believed in. That someone should take fate into their own hands. With you following him, what ideas do you hold? Take hold of your destiny, live a laid-back life, submit to one's fate. Now, take hold of your destiny, of course. You are in control of yourself. That is a charming thought. So life has gained a goal. Next to him, you found yourself. You are me. Which they're talking about way there. So I can go through here. I wonder if there's anything to the left first, though. I gotta exhaust all possibilities, otherwise I won't be able to live with myself. I've heard there are multiple endings to this game, though. And I feel like I might not be answering some of these correctly. But whatever. I feel like I've answered according to what my beliefs are. So, you know. Whatever. I'm answering to what I would... what my personal philosophy is. Gotta grab life by the balls and take it into your own hands. No matter how many times this replays, nothing can be unwound. You can never redeem yourself. Well, yeah, you can't change the past, that's for certain. That is for certain. Is this us giving the list to the police officer? Instructor, bye. This is the book list I mentioned before. Oh, you rat! You ratted him out! I found it on our teacher's desk. It's because she ratted him out because she was listening in on what Miss Yin was saying to, her counselor lover guy. Miss Fang, the country appreciates your assistance. Love can do terrible things! You gotta face yourself, though. Did you think finding something to rely on would stave off your fear? One day, however, he was gone just like that. You've lost everything you can depend on. What choice will you make now? Quietly accept? Try to take them back? Calm indifference? You've lost everything you can depend on. What should I do? I mean, I could quietly accept it and just be like, oh, well, too bad. Calm indifference, I don't care. Whatever. Or I could try, let's try to take them back. Sure. The instructor's sharp gaze was stifling. You steeled yourself and performed without hesitation. In that one moment transforming into a pitiless patriot. Easier than you think, right? You are me. Maybe what she thought was doing, what she thought she was doing was right. Maybe she was trying to be a patriot. Maybe it wasn't for a petty reason. But that's hard to believe. I'm assuming it had something to do with Miss Yin and the teacher. I'm so bad with names. Chang Hui. I'm so bad with names. I gotta fix that. The teacher. I've heard his name how many times now? It's always just in one ear out the other with names and me. Oh hey, Wei. Oh, okay. I like how we keep on going back and forth. It is interesting. But I want to talk to Wei. I want to see what he's saying or thinking. Memories are like a mirror, reflecting the true likeness of your soul. Well, that's true. It's things that you've done, right? Although I think your present day disposition is more important than what you've done in the past. What you've done in the past has helped to shape who you are today, but I think it's important not to kind of delve on things for too long. Delve. I can't even talk right now. I'm kind of tired. Dwell on things for too long, right? You gotta correct yourself and just be a better person now and not think about the things you may or may not have done in the past, right? Maybe you still want to forget, maybe you're still afraid. I mean, that doesn't mean you shouldn't take responsibility for things you've done in the past. You should take responsibility, but be a better person now, instead of dwelling on it, right? My personal philosophy. I've made mistakes in my life. I've made some big mistakes, but, you know, I try to be a good person now, right? Facing your own aspirations, but not confessing to the truth. I am you. Yet you are not me. We're getting pretty deep into Ray's psyche here. There's the Crimson River. All the people you killed. Constantly cycling over and over with only the River Sanzu at the end of your journey. Yet the knot of sin still lies unsolved. The bridge leading to Paramita lies in collapse. So the Requiem with a warm crescendo welcomes you once again. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, that can't be all the people Ray's killed. That's a lot of people. But I think that's just supposed to be symbolic of, you know, some of the people Ray's killed. Unless she did kill that many people, in which case, holy man. Although the book club only was 5 or 6 members, right? Couldn't have been that many people. Hey! Why are you guys all clapping? Is it because I faced myself? Or is this going to be the last memory of... no, don't kill yourself. Well, she did kill herself, though. That's part of the story, is she certainly did kill herself. But can we just walk past that and, like, not do it? No. I'm not gonna kill myself. I'm out. I'm outsies. Okay, we gotta kill ourselves. That doesn't seem like a happy ending. So this is, oh god. This is how she ended. She hung herself. And it's still hanging there to this day. Well, he did get a lot of people killed. And now Wei is walking around the school right now, reminiscing. Oh, that's sad. And that's it. So, wow, that's the end, huh? What I want to know, though, is... I understand the story. She killed herself. She was guilty that she got a bunch of people murdered. You know, because of the book club, she ratted them out. Because of some sort of petty revenge against, Miss Hui. Sorry, God, the freaking... Oh, I'm so bad with names. Ms. Yin. Sorry, Ms. Yin, yeah. So, it was some sort of petty revenge? And then, she regretted it, and people were chastising her, and they're like, ah, you're awful. I can't believe you did that. You ratted them out. You got them killed. Some of them thrown in prison. And so, she hung herself. So was the game just us reminiscing about that? Why did we see Wei at the end, though? I mean, when did Rey kill herself? Did she kill herself in the present day, or did she kill herself in the past? How did we see into the future then? Is it supposed to make sense, or was it just a short little blip into what was going on for us, but not necessarily for Rey to see? I don't know. But I liked it. It was good. Now I hear there's multiple endings. This obviously didn't seem like didn't seem like there was much closure to it. So maybe this was the bad ending, right? Okay, so you can choose chapters, and apparently I mucked it up. You're not supposed to choose ones like take action and be determined. You're supposed to accept things quietly to get the good ending. So, oops! That's totally not what I would answer in that situation, but that's what we were supposed to do. Alright, so I gotta answer differently. Okay, so I messed it up again. There's very particular answers that you're supposed to say to get the true end. My goodness. My goodness! What do you fear the most? Losing myself is the first. I answered most of them right the first time, actually. But there was one that I got wrong, so... So you chose to escape. That's the answer. Take hold of your destiny. That's the answer here. See, I answered this one right the first time through. Try to take them back is the right one. I hope. Okay, so this is new, right? There's a paper plane. Before there was us there, that silently judging us. So I believe... Oh, we're on the road to the true end. This is very different. Yes. That took me a long time. Well, it took me 3 attempts. Open the door! So we're not gonna hang ourselves, so I wonder if we're gonna be alive now. Chang Ming-hui! Smuggling banned books and organizing illegal gatherings. They said you're under arrest. I read that in my head, I just didn't speak it out loud. The court has already obtained the necessary evidence. We now arrest you on the grounds of rebellious activities. Do not resist on pain of death. So that's the arrest of the teacher that we had a relationship with. Mr. Hui. Looks like it will be difficult to escape this time. Fine. Take my head so that I may join my brothers and sisters in death. Why? Aren't people born to live freely? To think openly, to speak their minds without restriction or fear? Freedom of belief, love, and self-realization. Being with you was a happiness of the simplest and purest kind. I couldn't help but think. When we could be hand in hand, living an untroubled life. But in the end, this is only a fool's dream. I too am vain like the daffodils fixated on my grandiosity. The world is not ready for the likes of us. You guys were too far ahead of your times. Okay. So we didn't end up hanging ourselves back in the day, so now are we gonna see Rey in present day? Or is she already dead? Well, this is Wei, right? I know this is Wei. Okay, so we're playing as Wei. So where are we going? Is this the way to the school that's been blocked off? Alas, to be demolished, all to be demolished. Metal lodging for laborers. Alas, to be demolished. Hey, barred from the heavens and hampered from the underworld. Just, wow. That's some light musings for just walking around. Alone and wandering forever she goes. Or so maybe Ray's like this crazy old woman who's just like wandering around. Maybe? Hey, we got a notebook. Amnesty certificate. Certificate of amnesty, name Wei Chongting. Type of pardon, amnesty, crime declared invalid. So that's great. He was pardoned of his crimes, but he spent a lot of time in jail, I imagine. Thought I would rot in jail. I didn't expect to live past martial law. People say I'm a victim of politics. My crime was written off, but my youth is long past. Something lost can never be regained. Wow. Oh, hey, this is letters from home. A yellowed letter. My son Chongting. Even though I witness sickness and death on a daily basis, this still fills my heart with grief. Your mother's disease was utterly untreatable. I can only hope she died without worry, without pain. A person's body can be physically locked up, but your mind is always free to go where it pleases. Father hopes you can still get some peace of mind in this situation. Stay warm, stay safe. Your father, Jia Xin. Eventually, mother still passed away. Father didn't take it well and had to take a break from his clinic work. His written words were spirited and calming. They supported me during my darkest days. A written verdict from court. A torn piece of the verdict. Chang Minghui, district level educator, is found guilty with students Wei and others of collusion with communist forces. Chang Minghui is to be put to death after the court's ruling. Wei Chongting pleads guilty to affiliation with communist forces, reading a prohibited text and rebellious corrupt thought. Oh, I think we already read that. That was the similar thing that we read, the note that we got with Ray. 15 years of my life were taken away by a piece of paper. I can still clearly remember when the military police came knocking and carried me off in front of my mother. Little did I know that was the last time I would see her face. And we read this one. This one was about Miss Han and how she spent a long time abroad and talking about free speech. After being released from jail, I haven't had any contact with Miss Yin. I couldn't believe it at first, but I heard she passed away abroad due to lung cancer. Like with my mother, only after seeing her ashes with my own eyes was I able to realize I had lost a familiar part of my heart forever. Note entry, excerpt. At time in fear, forcing herself to breed hatred, who knew that she would take that leap and leave this world behind? We read this one already. Nary a last word because of fear, remorse, the reason remains undecided. I was left with a blur of confused thoughts spiraling out through my mind. When I saw the sunlight again, things had changed drastically. My loved ones and teacher went to a higher place. She was buried in an unmarked grave. It doesn't matter what I was feeling back then, only pain and sadness remain. Yeah, that is not okay, getting your youth ripped away from you like that. That happened in Korea, too. There was a dictator, and if you were reading communist material, they would think you were colluding with the North Korea, because North Korea is communist, right? That happened here as well. Not like 30 years ago, that happened here. Craziness. It's hard to imagine South Korea had a dictator up until like 1987, I think it was. And then he got assassinated. We got assassinated by the head of the Korean Secret Service, too. Craziness. So we're going through the school in present day time. Well, I don't know if this is like completely present day like we know it, but it's, you know, many years past the story of the game. Who knows if it's actually present time, though. Although Wei does look pretty old, pretty aged. Looks like he's like 50-something. Now, where should we be going at the school, though? We should probably go up to the classroom, right? Wow, so he's really troubled. He's just wandering the hallways of the school. That's... Dude, I mean, I would say, hey, just get on with your life, but... You can never put yourself in the shoes of someone like this that's gone through this pain. You know, you can't. Can't understand what this person's feeling. Alright, here we go. Empty room. And let's just take a seat then. the spirit of Ray, the ghost. Okay. So I wonder if we were a ghost in this game then. And that's it, that's the true end. Oh man, it's like, geez, why? I mean, in the bad end, you know, Ray hung herself, you know, she's dead, right? That's how she went, she hung herself. But in this true ending, I was expecting to see her during present day. But I guess there was the note where he said, and then that girl, like, fell to her death, right? So that could be, what happened to Ray? You know, she died, she killed herself in a different way. So is that really any different than the bad end? It seems like they kind of end the exact same way. It's just we get more in the true end, right? We get to see a little bit more. And a different song. I mean, that was cool. It was cool. It was a really interesting game, really interesting story. I just wish there was a tiny bit more closure. It is really interesting how things came full circle with Wei. We started the game with Wei, we ended the game with Wei. And it was really neat, it was a nice little touch. But I wish we would have got, like, a definitive answer of what happened with Ray. That's the only thing that was missing. We understood what happened now. Like, Ray handing in the list and why everyone, you know, got killed and imprisoned. But what about Ray? Are we just supposed to, like, look at that note that Wei wrote in his book and assume that she died? She commits suicide? I don't know, right? We know what happened to Ms. Yin. We know what happened to Hui Chang, Mr. Chang, I think his name is. Hui is his first name. Chang is his family name. But what about, but Ray? I mean, yeah, we can assume she's dead. Of course, we saw the ghost at the end, right? She's dead. And she probably died a long time ago. Like, shortly after the incident, right? But it would have been nice to know definitively what happened to her. Or she probably did just hung herself or fell or something. Is what we're gonna go with. Alright? Alright, cool. Detention. What an amazing game. It's cool. Very eerie. Has a good story. I like timepieces like this that have little snippets from different countries at a certain time. It's really cool. It's educational. It's interesting. It's not... You know, it's experiencing something we haven't experienced before, and that's what I like to see in games, is a different viewpoint, you know, through different countries, through different cultures. It's interesting seeing that. I mean, I've consumed a lot of Western literature and games and stuff, and, you know, there can still be some interesting stuff, but this stuff from other countries, it fascinates me more because it's very historical and it educates me as well as entertains. And also you get to see what Taiwanese horror is like, and this was really spooky, you know? I think I'm gonna go try to take a look at some Taiwanese horror movies now. Actually, I'm gonna try to find some, because it was done really well, right? I heard from my girlfriend, she said, I was telling her I was playing a game from Taiwan, and she's like, oh, they make good horror movies. And I was like, oh, okay. And I've never seen a Taiwanese horror movie, so now I gotta go and do that. Anyways, really like this game. I really like this game. Hope you guys did too. Remember to leave a like down below, helps me out immensely. And as always, guys, peace.